Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at a fascinating stack of source material.
Mhm.
And on the surface, they look like reports on health trends, maybe some e-commerce stuff.
Right. Pretty standard.
But when you actually connect the dots, they reveal this massive structural shift.
They really do.
So today we're doing a deep dive into how that simple act of, well, filling your grocery cart is being quietly rewritten.
And it's by three really powerful interconnected forces.
Mhm.
Human biology, some truly transformative medication, and of course, cutting-edge AI.
Exactly.
That's right. So for you, the listener, our mission today is really to unpack these forces. We want to go beyond just the surface level trends.
Right.
We want to show how these cultural shifts, the widespread use of new pharmaceuticals and the intelligence now being woven into the apps you use every day are changing the grocery basket from just a list of things you buy.
Transaction history.
Exactly, into a living, dynamic reflection of your personal health intentions. It's about what you're trying to do, not just what you did last week.
Okay, let's unpack this then. I mean, we always talk about New Year's resolutions, right?
That January rush.
That annual ritual where everyone loads up on salad kits and protein powder, and then
And by mid-February, it's all gone.
it's all gone. But what the sources are arguing is that beneath that predictable cycle, there's a fundamental non-seasonal shift happening.
A permanent one.
A permanent one, yeah. It's rooted in two huge game-changing factors that aren't going anywhere. Let's start with the first driver. It's a subtle, but honestly a really pervasive cultural change. And it's focused on, well, a single macronutrient.
Protein.
We are talking about the complete transformation of protein. I mean, it's gone from this niche thing for bodybuilders to, well, to mainstream cultural currency.
And what's so fascinating here is how it's being framed. It's not about bulk anymore.
No.
The sources, they describe it as, and I love this phrase, shorthand for intention.
Shorthand for intention. I
Fancy.
like that.
Yeah. It's what people use to get, say, fullness without excess, or structure without restriction. It's about density and feeling satisfied in smaller portions.
That perfectly captures the modern consumer mindset, doesn't it? It's all about optimizing.
Exactly.
People want foods that work harder for them. They're prioritizing substance over just sheer volume. You see it everywhere.
Oh, high-protein yogurts, chicken sausage, boosted cereals.
Yeah.
The demand is just fundamentally changing what retailers even have to stock.
Right.
And that cultural shift that's being amplified, and I'd say accelerated, by the second and much more disruptive force,
Okay.
the rapid adoption of GLP-1 medications.
Okay. This is where it gets really, really interesting for the entire grocery industry.
It really is.
So when we say GLP-1s, just for our learner audience, we're talking about that class of drugs like Ozempic, Wegovy, that manage blood sugar, but also crucially lead to significant weight loss by altering your appetite. So what are the actual implications for a grocery list?
They're massive. I mean, they ripple across almost every single category in the store. These drugs regulate satiety.
So you feel full faster.
Faster, and for much, much longer. And they curb cravings. They just sort of dampen what people call that food noise that drives you to make impulse purchases.
I see.
The result is, well, it's twofold. First, users just buy less food overall. And second, they totally change the composition of what they buy.
So it's not just a smaller cart.
No,
It's a completely different cart.
precisely. The whole way you shop just changes. I mean, the sources have this anecdotal evidence of this hyper-efficiency.
Hyper-efficiency.
Yeah, impulse buys like chips, cookies, those big boxes of sugary cereal, they just plummet because the craving is gone.
Wow.
Meals shrink. They become highly functional. The sources even note that something like a spoonful of cottage cheese can replace a sandwich in terms of hunger.
A spoonful of cottage cheese.
Or a protein shake can stand in for a whole lunch.
That kind of substitution, that has to redefine demand for manufacturers. If I, as a consumer, am not buying bulk ingredients because my meal size has halved,
Right.
and I'm skipping the entire snack aisle because I just don't feel the urge, that forces a reckoning.
That's right. And to take that further, the so what for grocery stores is profound. Consumers are now shopping with a precision that rarely existed before.
So if retailers are just relying on my old shopping lists.
They're going to be caught completely flat-footed.
Right.
These consumers are shopping based on immediate biological feedback, on intention, not just habit or the weekly sales flyer.
Mhm.
The whole business of selling food has to change.
And that shift in intentionality, that creates a huge challenge, but also a massive data opportunity.
Mhm.
The challenge is, how do you measure and meet that biological intent? And that brings us to the technology and the sources. A health personalization company called CueZen. The sources say it operates at the intersection of biology, behavior, and everyday choices, and it has serious validation. It's a Microsoft for startups Pegasus partner.
Yeah, and the key thing to get about CueZen is its design. It's built for what you'd call low-friction integration.
So it's not another health app I have to download?
No, absolutely not. That would be a failure. Instead, they operate through a set of APIs.
Okay, hold on. We hear API all the time. For our audience, what does that actually mean in, a grocery store context?
Think of an API as a standardized data conduit. It lets two separate systems talk to each other seamlessly.
Got it.
So CueZen's intelligence engine, with all its nuanced behavioral data, it just slips into the retailer's existing app, their website, their checkout kiosk.
So it's not replacing anything.
Not at all. The sources describe it perfectly. It's like adding a new sense to an existing body. The retailer's app suddenly just understands your personal health goals.
So it's this quiet intelligence working in the background, making the store feel more like a personal guide.
A guide, not a drill sergeant.
Right. CueZen builds these digital health coaches that use small, well-timed nudges. They suggest, they don't instruct.
Exactly. Let's make it concrete. Imagine you open your grocery app.
Okay.
Now, that app knows through CueZen that you're tracking protein because you want to build muscle. And maybe it's noticed your appetite patterns have shifted.
So instead of a generic ad for discounted chips.
The app acts as a guide. Maybe you're browsing the dairy aisle, you're looking at cheese. The app gives you a little nudge, not an ad, a suggestion.
Like what?
Hey, this specific brand of low-fat cottage cheese has 50% more protein per serving. This aligns with your goal. It happens right at the moment of decision.
Wow.
Or maybe you're building your weekly list. The app might suggest swapping your usual turkey slices for lean grilled chicken breast because it knows that better supports your satiety goals.
So it's designed to provide that constant, gentle correction.
That's it. It keeps those New Year's intentions from just fading away. It uses the retailer's own app to help you stick to your goals long term.
This shift toward responding to biological intent, this has massive implications for the business side, right? Specifically for retail media networks. We see the term RMNs everywhere. For the learner, what are they, and why does CueZen's data make them so much more valuable?
So retail media networks, or RMNs, are basically the ad platforms that retailers own themselves. They're monetizing their own customer data and digital shelf space.
Okay.
In the traditional model, an advertiser buys access based on your transaction history. They'll target people who bought pet food last week.
Which is valuable but limited. We've all gotten ads for cat food months after, the system is working on stale data.
That is the critical distinction. Most RMNs are backward-looking. They know what you did.
Right.
CueZen adds what the sources call the lifeblood of the future RMN, intention. It knows what you're trying to achieve right now. It's tracking your goals in real time.
So an advertiser selling, say, a premium whey protein, they'll pay a lot more to target a customer who the system knows is actively increasing their protein intake this week.
Exponentially more.
Than just a casual browser who happens to be in the nutrition aisle.
Absolutely. The contrast is huge. The old system sees a purchaser of snacks. CueZen sees a shopper who recently cut snack consumption by 30% and is looking for high satiety alternatives.
That is incredibly precise.
It lets brands meet you right in the middle of your wellness journey. The conversion rates are just so much higher.
And for the shopper on GLP-1 meds, their patterns are totally different from a casual browser. If a retailer can offer brands access to that specialized high-intent group,
it gives them a sharper business edge.
A much sharper edge. This data moves them beyond just selling products.
They're selling access to future-oriented consumption patterns.
Okay, let's look forward, because the sources point to the next layer of this, which is agentic commerce. We're moving toward a future where intelligent agents manage our entire household, planning meals, navigating diets, completing the shopping automatically.
Which, it raises a really important question. How smart can these agents actually be? If an agent can draft your weekly shopping list, that's convenient. But if it doesn't know your goal is to cut out processed sugar or that you need more fiber, then the agent is basically useless for health optimization. It just becomes an automated assistant for routine buying.
Exactly.
And that's where this all comes together. The agents are fundamentally unintelligent about human purpose. They can only automate the transaction.
But CueZen provides that necessary layer of purpose and context that the generic agents are missing.
So it tells the agent not just what's on sale.
But what matters to you, to your biology and your goals right now?
That's the whole game.
It is. If you tell an agent to buy milk, it needs to know if you need A2 milk or ultra-filtered high-protein milk or lactose-free.
And without that intention data from a system like CueZen, the agent just defaults to the cheapest or most common option.
Which probably doesn't align with your goals.
So in this new world of agentic commerce, the grocery basket is completely redefined. It's not a list of products anymore. No, it becomes, as the sources say, a reflection of personal goals and health intentions. For these agentic systems to actually work, they need that clarity.
So if we recap the core takeaway here, the sources show that this combination of the protein boom, GLP-1s, and this quiet AI, it means that impulse to improve yourself is no longer just a January thing. Resolutions become a fundamental way of living.
It becomes part of how you shop, part of your identity. And this is not hypothetical at all.
No.
The sources detail this compelling case study in Quiet Influence. CueZen's tech is already shaping the daily routines of over 5 million people.
5 million people across multiple continents. That really shows the power of this low-friction approach.
It does.
And that Singapore example, it just brings the whole concept to life. It shows how a national initiative can use this without forcing new habits.
That's right. Singapore wanted this national wellness initiative. But instead of building a new, expensive app,
which no one would download.
Exactly. They just wove CueZen's nudging engine into their existing national digital health infrastructure.
So smart.
It meant millions of citizens got these subtle, timely, personalized prompts. Small reminders to, take the stairs or suggestions for healthier food choices, all while using services they already used.
They met people where they already are.
That's it. They used subtlety to guide a national wellness program at a massive scale. And that's the blueprint for how grocers and brands can do the same.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener? I mean, it means the brands you interact with are no longer just passively filling your orders.
No.
They are actively engaging and shaping your future health patterns and goals, and often without you even realizing the specific tech behind it.
And that leads to a really profound, provocative thought for you to consider.
Okay.
If these intelligent agents can now understand your personal health goals, maybe better than you sometimes do yourself, and your favorite brand is using that precise data to act as your silent personal health coach.
Wow.
How will that fundamentally change the definition of loyalty? It won't be about who has the best price. It will be about who provides the best guidance toward the person you're trying to become.